Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So I'm going to be showing you today how I created this makeup look, and this is just like my everyday glam. So yeah, hope you enjoy. This is my first ever video, so don't judge. I may look up here quite a bit in the video, so I'm really sorry if I do that. I need to get used to looking into the camera. But yeah, please like and subscribe and comment below any videos that you'd like to see. So I always start with eyes first, so I'm going to firstly curl them and then apply mascara. The mascara I'm using is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. It just looks like this. So I'm literally just going to coat my lashes in this mascara. It's fine if you get it everywhere because I always just clean it up with a cotton bud at the end. And that's that. So once I've done that, I just use a cotton bud and just put some micellar water on and then clean it up. Okay, so now I've done my mascara, I'm then going to go on to lashes. So I use the Tatti lashes. I'm not sure on the name because I've just got them in the pack like this, but they come with a 12, a 14 and a 16. And I've just got my own that like I stick together. Okay, so these are the ones that I've had. I think I just stuck 2 14s or I think 2 14s I've stuck together. So I just then apply these on the ends of my lashes. So I apply these with the Duo Lash Glue and I stick underneath instead of on top. I just feel like it makes it look more natural. I'll just use some tweezers to apply. And then let's do the other. So I wipe the excess glue onto my hand first and then apply it. Right, so the concentration was real. And then I'm just going to wipe the glue off my hand. And then what I also like to do when the glue has dried, I'll just like squeeze them together so that my real lashes are sticking with the fake ones. So these are the lashes. Just a nice natural but still like glam look. Okay, so now moving on to face. I have already put on the CeraVe moisturiser and I'm going to use a primer. So I'm going to be using the Refy primer. And to be honest, I've only just started using a face primer, but I can like tell a difference. I think it's more the way like your makeup glides on. Like I can definitely tell a difference with that. So I just roll it on and then rub it in. Moving on to foundation, I use 2 foundations and I just mix a pale one and a dark one to get my skin tone. So I use the Nars and Lancôme, and these are in the shade Vanuatu. Let me show you. Vanuatu. You know what I mean. And this is in shade 10. I don't really see a number, but I think this is a 10. And this was actually my mum's and it was too dark for her. So that's why I mixed it with mine to get the perfect colour. So I'll just put the Nars on the back of my hand and then do 1 pump of the Lancôme. So I'm going to blend this in using the Merit brush. Please ignore how disgusting that is. So I'm just going to mix it together on the back of my hand and then apply it onto my face. And to be honest, I've only just started using this brush because I used to use like a softer bristle brush, but this is actually so much better. Once I've blended it in with a brush, I'll then take a beauty blender just to like properly blend it in, because I don't like the finished look with a brush. I feel like the lines always show. And then just always make sure to blend down your neck. It is concerning me how bright the camera has gone. Sorry, I just realised that the lighting was really bright. I'm not sure why I did that, but anyway. But next I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and I use this as like a bronzer. So I'm just going to put it on my cheeks. I need a new one of these. Put it on my cheeks, my nose, and my head, and then just a bit on my chin and my lip. Be blending this in with a Real Techniques buffing brush. I buff this in, and I always just go upwards and not down, don't drag down. And then I also like to just blend it into my eyelid as well, and then just do my forehead. And then for my nose, I literally just wipe it across. I don't do any like proper contouring or anything. Same with my nose and my lip and my chin. So next I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in shade 10. So I'm literally just going to put this under my eyes and just a little bit on the top of my lip and my chin. Like so. And now I'm gonna go back in with my beauty blender and just blend this out. My necklace. I don't know how long that was like that for. It's fine. I can never tie my necklace like myself, but I feel like everyone does it so easily. There we are. Let's pretend that didn't happen. So yeah, I'm just going to blend out my concealer. Am I the only person as well that thinks when I wet my beauty blender, I feel like it makes it worse? But everyone seems to use it and like it works for them. But for me it just doesn't. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what. So now that my concealer is all blended in, I'm going to be going in with a powder. So I've been using the Huda Beauty Pound Bake Easy Bake Setting Powder. Just looks like this. So to apply this I just use a, what are they called? Puff. I nearly said puff powder. Powder puff. And then I'll just go over my concealer, make sure there's no creases, and then go in with the powder. Just dab the excess onto my hand and then apply that under my eyes. So now that I've done powder, I'm not going to like fully blend it in yet. I'm going to use bronzer, and please please ignore how disgusting this is. But this is the bronzer I use. It's MUA Academy and Sunkissed Bronze is the shade. I do need a new bronzer, so if anyone's got any good recommendations, please let me know. I was looking at the Hoola bronzer, but I'm not sure if that's like the best one to go for. So I'm just putting this over where I put the concealer before. Now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. And I just use this to like wipe off the rest of the powder I used before and just set the rest of my face. Because I do have really oily skin, so I feel like I need to set my whole face. I'm also going to use this little brush to do underneath my eyes with the same powder, just to get any creases out if there is any. I'm just going to wipe my lips because I hate having foundation on there. I'm also going to wipe my eyebrows as well because I don't really do much to them. Now moving on to blush. I use the Nars blush and this is in the shade, I'll show you. Not sure what's wrong with Nars, they always seem to, you know. So I'm just using this brush. I actually don't know what the brand is. It says a body on it. I don't know if that's the brand or what. And then I'm just gonna put this on my cheeks. Moving on to lips, I am going in with the MAC lip pencil in Cork. Not sure if you can see. And I just use this to outline my lips. And I always like to just blend it in with my finger. I do love a matte lip, but I can never decide between matte and gloss. But I think I'm gonna go for a gloss. So I'm gonna use this gloss, I think. And this is the Revolution Pout Bomb. This was once clear and it is now not. But it is really good. I feel like it makes your lips a little bit bigger as well. Like gives them a bit of a plump. Like so. And then just for like finishing touches, I like to add bottom lash mascara. So I'm just going to do that now. And last but not least, I'm going to do brows. So usually if I have like freshly tinted brows, I won't put anything on them. But because they're like a few days... Sorry if the angle has just changed. My camera stopped filming and I didn't even know. So that was fun. So as I was saying about my brows, I'm going to use the Merit Brow, whatever it's called, I'm not actually sure. Volumizing pomade in shade dark brown. And this is actually one of my favourite products ever. They sent it me at first and I've just bought it ever since. I literally just brush out my brows and it adds just like some colour into it without looking like you've like penciled them in. So it's just a more natural look for your brows. And then lastly, just to hold them in place, I use the e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel. And this again is such a good product. My mum got it me and then I've like bought it and used it ever since. So it just looks like this. And it's like a white consistency. And I literally just brush my brows upwards. And it holds them in place for like the rest of the day. So that is the finished look. I hope you all enjoyed. I will link all the items in the description box below, so with like shades and everything in case I missed anything out. But yeah, thanks so much for watching.